All right, welcome to episode 15 of the Zero One Shootout. This is Mark Reb coming to you live from Champaign, Illinois, joined as always by my buddy Minderz. Minderz, how's it going?
It's going great, Mark. We got lots of good stuff to talk about today.
We do. I just did this opening graphic thing last week, and now I think I got to do another one because we got some new stuff to put in there.
We do. I
Uh,
love our new graphic.
I don't know if you can see it, but here in the top corner of the graphic viewers, we got some new stuff there, and actually, it's also made its way to brainbustertees.com. Just a quick shill here. Caught a couple new shirts. We got Giddy Mindy, which I think you've heard us talk about before, and then we got the new show logo here. Uh, Shout out to CP Arts for helping out with that.
They
It's
did a
awesome.
great job.
They did a great job with that, so big thank you to them. Uh, we got a cool guest lined up, Minderz. We got the ace head referee of Zero One USA, Jason Pemberton, going to be joining us.
I'm
Uh,
excited.
Yeah, so he should have some cool stuff to talk about. But before we get to JP, I think it's time, Minderz, for Dallas Preacher's fun fact of the week. He
All
sent
right.
one in. He sent another one in, and it's a doozy. So here we go.
Hello, sinners and Zero One Shootout podcast fans. It is I, the Thursday night Throwdown feature, Dallas Preacher, coming to you with another fun wrestling fact of the day. And since we are firmly on the road to WrestleMania, I figured today's fact should be a fun WrestleMania fact. Now, many of you know that The Undertaker has the most wins at WrestleMania and has the most WrestleMania appearances. Now, what many of you may not know is that the man with the most WrestleMania losses is in fact the one, the only cerebral assassin, the game, Triple H. Yes, my friends, he has the most losses at WrestleMania. Google that stuff if you don't believe me, but I really don't care if you don't believe me. Another fun fact for the day is we are firmly on the road to Wargames at 0-1. And one thing that I can confirm to you is that unlike Triple H at WrestleMania, the lowlifes will come out victorious at Wargames. And that, my friends, is not a prediction. It's a prophecy. Today's fun fact has been brought to you by the group that puts faction in satisfaction, the one, the only, Low Life.
I don't know. I think that last little line needs to go on a T-shirt for the low lives.
Who puts faction in satisfaction? Yeah, I laughed pretty hard at that. I'm not going to
Yeah,
lie.
that's good stuff. Looks
Do
like
you see, we got a lot of guests with us today.
yeah, it looks like it. We got DLCs in there. Got Jesse Raines. Got our buddy Suzanne in there. Hello to everybody. Uh, should we point out the elephant in the room was regards to our buddy Dallas Minderz?
Well, I did get some of the dirt on it because I actually asked him about it. So I do have some of the dirt on it. Apparently, if anybody else didn't notice, he's got a little bit of a shiner. And apparently him and Joey went out and ran into a bunch of Marvin fans at a bar. And Dallas took care of the problem, but he said he told me that you should have seen the other guys. So I'm sure they look a lot worse. I'm sure they do.
Yeah, it's it's an old cliche. You should see the other guy, but yeah, it's like we have to talk to Dallas about that tomorrow because we will be in Edgewood tomorrow night for Thursday night Throwdown.
Yep, I'm super excited about going down there to see them.
Yep, and
Especially,
we'll get in.
yeah, we'll talk about the matches in a bit.
Yeah, Minderz, let's say we bring our guest in. He's been waiting patiently while we listen to Dallas talk about WrestleMania and puns and things.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna go bring him in. He is I guess, the head referee of 01 USA. I don't know how the tier system goes with the referees, but he's our buddy. His name is Jason Pemberton. JP, how you doing, man?
Hey, everybody, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Oh yeah, hear you great.
Good. Yeah, senior referee, I guess. I mean, that a lot of people put stock into that. I really don't. We're all a team, like I'm just the oldest one, so
Right.
that makes me the senior referee, I guess. But no, I mean, it's good to be here, and it's I noticed the shiner on Dallas as well. I wonder if that happened in Syracuse or not. So longtime fans will maybe understand that a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Sean callbacks on TV the last few weeks. So
Yeah, I don't want Dallas to lose its smile. So,
I've
but no, it's
never
good to be
seen
here.
Dallas smile.
We've been trying to get this to happen for a couple weeks, and I was
Yeah.
traveling for the day job and doing all sorts of fun stuff. So,
Oh yeah,
but I'm here.
Well,
I made it.
yeah, we're glad you could make it on. So where are we talking to you from there, Jason?
I'm at home in Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria. I do like Peoria. I got family members out there.
Been here all my life.
Yep. Let's see, Barry's in here.
We got to run through and make sure we got all of our. We have the peanut gallery over on the side
yeah.
that we love our peanut gallery. So
Usually, the two Jessies, Jesse J and Jesse Rains, will get into a back and forth argument in the comments. It's always very lively and entertaining.
I should have
Yeah.
worn my referee shirt to the
you
pad here to keep them separated.
I've got to make an apology, Mark. I ordered it.
I know you did.
I ordered it, but it didn't get here in
There
time.
we go.
Yeah, and it starts. Yep. But I didn't get my I Love Ref shirt yet.
No,
That
Well,
is on the
It's
that
on
is-
its way. It's in Lindale.
I actually sign autographs as the ref sometimes, so I totally get that. But yeah, you guys got any questions or?
Oh, I'm sure we got a few. Well, I guess my first question: how long have you been in the referee game there, Jason?
So I started with wrestling in 2003-ish, 2004, in a small company that turned into Next Generation Wrestling in Peoria. It had a couple names before that. I was a commentator at first, and then I was a manager and like a general manager and kind of did some secondary roles. And then I took about 5 or 6 years off and started refereeing in 2010 to 2011 timeframe. Basically because the company needed a ref for the night, and so I kind of filled in and did that role, and then other places started booking me, and it just became a whole thing. And I've refereed in several different states and 2 countries, and been all over the place, so it's been fun.
Cool.
So what got
what
you
was it-
started? What got you started in it though?
Obviously I grew up watching it, and when I started doing the commentator and other things, like it was a good fit, and I was pretty good at it for the level of talent that we had. But I always, growing up, watched the referees a lot, watched the kind of their maneuvering and their placement and whatnot. And then just grew up as a fan, just like everybody else, and it just kind of landed into my lap of the place up by Peoria, and then just like to be around it and grew into it, and it became a pretty busy thing for a while. Yes, I've been in a few battle royals. There's footage online of me repping the battle royal, and then my number was called, and I took off my gear and had my singlet on.
Nice.
Joey O'Reilly promptly threw me out of the ring, and then I put my referee gear back on. The rest of the match. So.
Oh, those low lives doing low life
Oh.
things.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. But no, I've been doing it. I've cut back quite a bit, but I refereed for probably 45 to 50 different companies throughout the years. I used to do 2 to 3 shows most weekends, and family and just not wanting to drive Chicago and things like that have slowed me down a little bit. But no, I'm having fun and enjoying what I'm doing.
Oh, heck yeah. So you said you'd been 2 countries. What was the other country that you refed in?
England. So I actually went over there for
Oh,
a
wow.
vacation back in October, and Christian Rose actually had worked a summer tour for this company called Mega Slam. And so I contacted them and I name dropped Christian Rose and said, hey, I've worked with him. Here's some photos and some videos, and I'm just going to be over there. And it looks like you have a show about 45 minutes from where I'm staying. Do you need a ref for the night? So they booked me, got paid in pounds, and
Nice.
Different style. There were 4 matches on the show. Each one was about a half an hour long.
Oh,
Very kid friendly. Very, there was Team Mega Slam were the good guys and Team Nasty were the bad guys, and it was very, over the top and fun. And
yeah.
they asked me to come back, and I'm like, well, if you fly me over here, and they got really quiet. But if I'm ever over there again, I'll definitely look them up again. So that was a fun little, bucket list item I had there.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of British, the UK style, so that's cool to hear that you got to go over there and do that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I did get a question. Have you ever ref for WWE?
No. No, and the referee community is very tight knit. So I've talked with a lot of referees from WWE. A couple of them have worked in the Midwest. Jason Ayers, who is on SmackDown right now, he's also doing some production work backstage, some timing and things like that. He's given me advice throughout the years. He actually used to referee at Dreamwave before I got there. I've talked with Justin King, who's also from the Peoria area. He's been at 01 years ago and then went to WWE, and now I think he works for the Great Khali in India.
Oh, wow.
Among other things. That could be a few years ago, but no, there's a big tight knit community, but I've never gotten there and I never will, and I'm okay with that. So there's a slight chance at the end of April I might make an impact, but that's probably going to be backstage stuff too. So
Cool. Yeah, it's not a completely out there question considering all the referees that they have and have had that are from Central Illinois area that between like Chad Patton and Jack Doan, you mentioned Justin King, but
there
so,
would have to be a great catastrophe for me to be called into that position. So, but I'm very happy with what I'm doing, and my day job is terrific, and I'm where I want to be in wrestling, I think.
Yeah.
So with all the companies you've worked for, do you still make a lot of the rounds, or is it mainly 01 and then like sticking with this area nowadays?
So what I've been doing lately is Dreamwave Wrestling up in LaSalle. I'm their senior referee up there as well. Powerhouse Wrestling, which just changed their name to Pro Wrestling Extreme in Streeter. I've been there twice now, and they run the last Sunday of every month. Kind of an offshoot of a company that Tim Lyle had. Somebody bought it and changed it around, and they just rebranded out of the Powerhouse name. 01, obviously, and then Iron Spirit Pro and Bloomington are my regulars. And they're kind of my rotational, and I pick up other shows here and there. I did Big Time Wrestling up in Homer Glen twice now, and actually refereed the Hardy Boys back in April, right before Jeff had his issues. So April of last year. So I actually kind of fell into that company and suddenly had I woke up that morning not knowing I was refereeing, and then got a call, hey, can you come up and referee the show? And we were using 01's ring, actually. So I went up there, and halfway up there, I realized that it was the show with the Hardy Boys, and then I ended up refereeing it. And it was huge reaction. Like 1,900 people were there, 2,000 people, and
wow,
it was a barn burner for sure. So.
Oh, there
AJ,
you go,
yeah.
AJ.
Thank you. Yeah, it being the third person in the ring. Like the wrestlers are very much athletes, and they're the immortals, and I'm the mortal in the ring trying to keep everything under control, and that's difficult. It's tough. It's not, I fail at it all the time, but all we can do is keep pushing to get folks, under control the best we can and entertain everybody.
I think you're the ref I've seen that takes the most bumps.
Yeah.
For some reason, they all like to beat you up.
It's just because I'm taller. I'm a bigger target. I get in the way more. I think that's the reason of it. So yeah. Christian Rose knocked me loopy at 0-1 and at Dreamwave a couple months ago. So it's been in Dallas. My counts are consistent. They're always.
Here we go.
So,
Oh boy,
keep an eye on you. You might have 2 black eyes by the end of this. But no, it's very much just trying to keep order, and if something happens, then something happens, and
that could be
I'm
tough.
a big boy.
Yeah, that could be tough with some of the people they have in 0-1 now, especially with Conley and Jock and Carrot and.
Yeah, Carrot can fly off just about anything, and Connolly especially. That chain makes me nervous. He's
me too.
He's a house of fire for sure, and he intimidates. He goes after Rob all the time, so we gotta try to keep him under control best we can. But he's a
mad dog after all.
Yeah, he's a mad dog for sure, and it's intimidating. Just got to keep it going in there best we can.
So you actually are in a club with Marvin right now, as far as guests we've had on that have a connection with Jeff Hardy now, JP, because
I was
Marvin
there.
Always...
he legitimately, because Marvin was helping with the ring, and I appreciate that. He legitimately went up to Jeff Hardy and he said, "Sir, do you mind if I use the Swanton bomb?" And Jeff was pleasant as can be and said, "Sure, you can do it, buddy. Go ahead." And then Marvin starts hitting these picture perfect, spot on Swanton bombs. The entire locker room erupted the first time he did it. And it's amazing what the power of Marvin Mania has had in Mattoon, Illinois, and throughout the region.
Yeah, it's sweeping the county.
Yeah, it's a firehouse. It's a powerhouse for sure.
Yes,
we might have had a little something to do with it.
I like to think we gave Marvin the rub on our podcast. So, but he's our buddy, so we're glad to see him getting a little bit of love these days.
Minderz, they're still going to boo me though. Don't worry.
Oh, it's a thankless job, referee. So
yeah, which is do my job the best I can.
Oh, AJ.
Brother.
So what's been some of your favorite matches that you've reffed? Most memorable.
We had in 0-1, we had a match with Abyss and Frank Wyatt 6-7 years ago. I don't remember when. That was pretty memorable. Two big guys going at it against each other. The cage match we just had, the 3-way with Lander and Marvin and Joey, was fantastic.
Hey, thanks for moving the door for us so we could see.
Yeah, we're trying to balance, not getting in the wrestler's way and also trying to be coherent. There's a lot that goes on as a referee because you have to watch for the roaming cam. You have to keep, as much as you're trying to maintain safety and maintain order in the ring, you're also trying not to step in the way of the photographers, of the camera people. You don't want to be in front of the hard cam, the camera that is the main focus that we have sitting on the stage at 0-1. So there's a lot of positioning that goes into it. So I always try to keep an eye on that. If there's debris in the way, try to get it out of the way so the fans can see, the cameras can see, and it all works like clockwork best you can. So, but other matches, the Warhorse Christian Rose match in Decatur a couple years ago was great as well. So that would be another one. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, you talked about how sometimes you work backstage when you go to the other companies. Like, what other duties do you have with 0-1? Like, are you outside of the ring?
So I do the social media on Facebook, and only for the team shows at this point. Other people do the Edgewood postings for the most part. But I've been doing that. I did that for Dreamwave for several years before they took their hiatus. I help kind of keep people in tune with what the the match order is, when to be ready. A lot of times at 01 and Dreamwave and a couple others, I'll do the match referee assignments. So I'll assign the referees to the different matches.
Is that just so you can pick which ones you want to do?
No, because sometimes in 01, we have a lot of referees. And that's great. And I'm all for giving folks like Matt Race and everybody a shot. And then there's people that are more experienced like Kat. And sometime coming up someday, and don't tell Dave, but I'm going to dress up. I'm going to get into my uniform. I'm going to do the ref assignments, and I'm going to referee 0 matches. And I will leave at the end of the night like I did it. So someday that will happen. But no, I try to fit who's best into each role. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and I just try to fit it in the best way that works out. Everybody gets a break. Nobody's doing matches back to back, and everything works out that way.
Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, so,
you're still here.
I'm still here. So, I don't know if you watch the Patreon content, JP, with the stuff they do on Thursday nights, but do you find yourself, like, when you watch other wrestling shows, do you find yourself like armchair quarterback and the referees on the shows there, like seeing what they do and then kind of seeing how you would do it different or picking things up?
Sometimes. I don't watch the Patreon content because I'm cheap. It is a great deal, so everyone should sign up for it immediately. But I could probably get a backdoor pass into it just because of how I help with everything, but I don't have that at this point. Hold on one second. Sorry, there's children leaving the house right now, so I had to manage that real quick. But no, watching what they do is more to learn and not to armchair quarterback, because if they're on television, they're miles and miles better than me, first of all. But watching, like, for example, I've worked with Jim Wilson actually owes me $5, and with interest that's ballooned up to $4,892. Just to be clear, I've been keeping track. I've got a chart right over here. But watching AEW, for example, and this is a bit of a name drop, but I've worked with MJF. I've worked with Max Caster. I've worked with Danhausen. Danhausen slept on my couch before. Like, I have worked with most of their roster. So to watch that show is a little odd. It's a little not uncomfortable or anything. And same thing with Impact. I've worked with most of the Impact roster. So it's working in AEW up in Chicago. I worked with a lot of those guys. And so watching it as a show is a little bit off to me. I still watch it whenever I can, and I still follow everything. But no, I shy away from that a little bit just because I've worked with so many of the folks, and it's just odd to watch people I know. But no, I never armchair quarterback. People make mistakes and whatnot, but it's always, how can I learn from it? Not, hey, I could have done that better.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense. About a year and a half ago, I interviewed Bill Alfonso on my other podcast, and I kind of posed a similar question. Of course, he's a veteran, he's been doing it for God knows how long. But right. He said he watches everything, like from the managers to the referees to everything, just kind of not nitpicking, but just kind of just breaking it down in his head as he goes, because he still goes out and works shows with AIW and Florida territories and all that stuff too. But
yeah.
We've still got a few more minutes with you, JP. I got to ask, we got Wargames coming up. Are you going to be in the ring for the Wargames match?
I probably will. I think and I wasn't around for the first Wargames that 01 had. I had taken time off, but as I understand it, there's going to be 2 referees in the ring, probably one outside for the door. So I'll be one of the 2 referees in the ring, most likely, and then we'll figure out who the other referee will be. But yeah, that'll be interesting. I love doing cage matches. I love the drama and the history behind it. And then I haven't done a Wargames match before, so this will be interesting. But
It was definitely an interesting match last year, 2 years ago, last year. I don't remember.
I think it was 2 years.
Was it 2 years?
I've
I think it was
heard
2 years
legends
ago.
of the Wargames match, so it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we still got to find out who all's going to be in it.
Yep. We still don't know who's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Next Saturday, I
Working
think we'll find out a lot
on
more
kind of
about that.
the management side of it, you will be happy with what happens as far as the combatants. We're piecing that together now, and a lot will happen in April and May, but it'll be a good match. So it'll be powerful, I think.
Yeah.
So is MJF nice in person? Says Amber Dobbs. No, he's a jerk. He sat me down and said, "Hey, I want to film this thing. Can you help me?" And I go, "Okay." And I sit down, and he calls me ugly and fires me from AEW. And I didn't even work at AEW, but he just said, "Just go with whatever I say." And I'm like, "Okay." And it's on Being the Elite 140 something or other. But he sits me down on this nice leather chair and says, "Hey, you got your good kid or whatever, but you're way too ugly to be on AEW." And I just ran off crying. And
So mean.
so that's MJF in a nutshell right there. He is who he is 24/7.
Yeah.
So.
Mark, I'm telling you, I'm getting more and more nervous about going to Squared Circle with my sign that says MJF, please roast me. I have a feeling it's a bad idea.
You might not sleep that night. Then he will get you.
Let me know when you go. I'm going to try and get it on film. We'll put it on the podcast.
Oh, jeez.
Put that behind a paywall.
Yeah, there you go. We'll post that to Patreon.
There you go. AJ. Oh. You gotta love our crew.
Oh yeah. It's always a lively bunch in the comments here. Well, JP, we appreciate you coming on with us. I know it sounds like you got a lot going on in the background there, so we won't keep you. So we'll see you on the 18th of
18th.
March at the Road to Wargames, of course. What else do you have coming up elsewhere, like booking wise, if anybody's going to be around?
Yeah, so this weekend I'm working that show in Decatur.
I'll be there.
Revolution. Yeah, so that'll be an extravaganza. I'm excited to see how that turns out and if it gains traction. And then Sunday I'm doing a show in Danville for NVW.
I'll be there.
Wow, so I get to see him 2 nights this week? Okay.
Yeah, you're stuck with me. But
Stuck
two
with you?
new bookings. I haven't worked either one before. It's the Decatur show's first event, and the wrestling community is nervous about it. We'll see how it turns out, but I will be there to enjoy it. And then the Danville crew, that's my first show there, but I think they ran some shows last year. If I find something that works out for my schedule and is close to the house enough, within 2 hours, I'm all about it. And then Dreamwave is coming up. We've got Jimmy Hart and I don't have the flyer in front of me, but several
Johnny Dreamwave.
Yes, Johnny Dreamwave will be there. Johnny Morrison will be there against Christian Rose.
Yep.
Christian Rose is I know this is 0-1, but he's the Dreamwave champion right now. And
we had Christian Rose on a couple weeks ago. We talked about it a little bit. So yeah.
Yep. So he's they wrestled 10 years ago, and this is a rematch of sorts. So they're looking forward to that. And then Dreamwave always brings out an immense amount of people, but we've got 0-1 in a few weeks, doing that show in Streeter the last Sunday of the month. And then we're gearing up for Wargames. We got Devon Dudley coming for Wargames in May, and there could be some other surprises. We'll see.
Yeah.
So
I like surprises.
Yes. So it'll be
They've
it'll be good.
It'll be very good.
Yeah. But other than that, I just got to buy some more ref shirts because I keep refereeing everywhere. That's about it. But everything's going.
We need to get you we got to get you an iHeart Ref shirt from ProWrestlingTees.com for regular use for you.
Yeah, no, I would definitely sport that everywhere I go. And I actually bothered Dave about getting custom 0-1 referee shirts because I think we're at a good stage to do that. Get like a polo with the logo on your things like that. So
Oh,
that
yeah,
might
there
be
you go.
coming as well. But Dave
Nice.
is a genius when it comes to merchandising things. He'll probably not only give them to us, he'll probably sell them. So there'll be many people in the audience with.
I would say that could be dangerous.
Yeah. Saying right now, if I ever get knocked out again, don't come in the ring and try to referee just because you have a shirt on. Like, that doesn't work.
No.
But no, I like doing this. I'll be glad to do this again sometime. And it's
Oh, heck yeah.
living our best life.
Yep,
We're
you've got
best
an
wrestling in the area. So,
yeah.
real
got
quick,
an
I'm
open
looking
invite
for.
anytime.
I do want to put some people over. So I'm really
Sure.
high on some of the Springfield guys. Eli Wilder's done a fantastic job. Really turned a corner on the Thursday shows. I'm a big fan of the Angler. Love his shtick. He needs to go do some more fishing and he get a bigger pole and everything. But
Yeah.
He's working on that, and they're doing a great job training those kids down there. And referee crew with Kat and Matt Race, they've been fantastic. And we've got other folks that have come and gone and been there from different times, but we're kind of the main three. And it's a good crew down there, and we'll keep plugging away and entertaining you guys the best we can.
Heck
We
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, JP, you got an open invite anytime, but yeah, we will see you I guess this weekend. I'll see you in Danville. Minderz will see you both days.
I'll see you at Decatur and Danville.
You'll get really sick of me, but that's fine.
Probably.
We'll have fun.
I'll
you
yell
guys
at you
yeah.
that you're counting too slow. It's fine.
Yeah, it's consistent though. It's always the same.
It is,
So,
as long as it's consistent, then they can't complain.
yeah, I could count real fast, and the show could be over in 20 minutes. I mean, we could do that too.
Yeah.
Great. Let's go.
So, we're done. So, all right. Well, you guys take it easy. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me on.
Thanks,
Yes, sir.
JP.
All right,
Yep.
bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Well, that was fun. He's a
We're
cool guy.
getting some pretty good guests on. I'm enjoying this.
We really are. Yeah.
Our guests
Good.
are pretty cool.
Thanks to the comment thread for the questions. It helps us out.
That does, because sometimes we blank out and we're like, wait, we had a question, but oh crap, where did it go?
Uh-huh. So Ray and Victoria posted something on Facebook with all of the dates that are coming up for the rest of the year for 01, which is very helpful for planning purposes. So there you see it right there. The next one's on the 18th in April, the Wargames May 6th. And I don't know what they've got in store for the rest
Start that
of the
over.
year.
You said April the 18th. It's not April the 18th. It's April
Oh,
the
I said
22nd.
I haven't had my nap today, Minderz. March
Oh,
18th.
I see.
And then
There you go. March
it's
18th
like I said,
and April
we've got 2 shows before we even get to Wargames. So there's a lot that could happen in between then.
There is a lot that could happen, and I'm
Yes.
nervous to know about some of it. So we'll see what happens.
Yes. So something else that we got going on is tomorrow night, Minderz. Thursday night Throwdown in Edgewood. Got a big main event for this one.
There is
right
a big
there.
main event. I'm
holds
excited
barred,
about this match.
The aforementioned Eli Wilder, who you heard JP put over so nicely, taking on B.A. Malkin, who's been. Now, I'm not saying I say this, but he's been kind of a pain in the ass to some people down there in Edgewood. I'm digging
has
it.
been.
I think
One specifically is Eli. He's been a pain in Eli's ass.
Yeah. And Rob.
And Rob. Yes.
Poor Rob. He takes so much crap from everybody on that
He
show.
does. From all of them.
It's a thankless job being the general manager of
01. Thursday night Throwdown, I guess. Thursday night Throwdown.
Yes. But we will be there tomorrow night to see everything that goes on. That's the. There you go.
Well, let's just go through the card. He's already, I would say, Jesse Reigns is in here. Glitch is in here.
Yep.
I don't know if LDLC.
I think DLC might still be here. I don't know if Dallas is still in there, but we'll find out when we talk about the low lives because they haven't announced a match for the low lives.
Nope.
First on the list, first up, we got Tyler Scott, who's we're going to see in Danville on Sunday, taking on Blake Wright. I'm going to take a wild
match
guess.
That didn't happen last week, but I
Oh,
don't
was
know,
this announced for
Tyler.
last week?
Yeah, it was up last week. here's the thing. Tyler might, I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks he might get Blake back for the low blow that Blake gave him the last time they met. So
Yeah, it's very possible. But Blake always has a trick or two up his sleeve, and he does make sure, as you can see, he wears a sleeve even if he doesn't have a shirt. So there will be a
right,
trick or two up there.
right. At least a couple.
Yeah. AJ chiming in. Tyler Scott about to take over the Indies in the Midwest. Don't sleep on him.
We're not.
Good.
We're not, AJ. Thanks, bud.
I like Tyler. He's a good kid.
He is a good kid.
Like I said, he's a Danville guy. That's my stomping grounds. So I got a soft spot for Tyler Scott. Next up, we've got Logan Myers and Theo White. This might be the one I'm most looking forward to tomorrow, besides the main event.
Besides the main event.
Because the main event's going to be a banger, but this I think is going to be a lot of fun. I like both these guys.
Depends on how mean Theo's feeling about being tomorrow night. I really like Logan Myers though, so. But
Yeah.
I have a feeling Theo might win this one.
Yeah, possibly. Are you going to get another pair of sunglasses tomorrow?
I don't know, because I don't have my other pair because I gave them away, so. But
Jesse
yeah.
Raines. Logan Myers better get this. There's still some beef there, sounds like, between Jesse and Theo, so it's not surprising he's pulling for Logan there.
Not at all.
Let's see what's next. El Magnifico taking on Hippie Johnny. Of course, Magnifico's got DLC with him.
No bueno.
I don't know. Hippie Johnny's been on a bit of a roll.
He has been, and I hope he continues. Hippie J, as Rain calls him. But
yes.
I hope Hippie Johnny pulls this one out. I know you like your Taco World order, but
I do, but it's Hippie Johnny. I'm digging his work. He's doing some good things over there.
He is.
AJ loves Hippie Johnny.
There you go. He loves Hippie Johnny.
Yep.
We'll see what type of
confidence to wear red leather pants.
Right. Let's go, Magnific. Hey, I knew what that meant. I'm pretty excited.
Hey.
Yay. Now, DLC, we think you need to be a little careful with who you keep in your corner at times, but we know you'll be there for him, so.
Right. All right. What do we got? We're going to hear from 5-star Jesse J.
3-star.
He got a promo last week before he had a match with Devontae.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so we're gonna see what's going on. Is he gonna lay out another open challenge, or what's he got going on?
Yeah, see, here comes the 1-star comments.
I don't know. Perhaps he's in the market for a manager. I don't know.
Oh, Mark, are you volunteering?
I might be willing to hear offers. But, I'm nothing if not a cogent businessman.
There you go.
But that's neither here nor there. All right, what do we got next?
Everybody has a price. Isn't that what $1 Million Man said?
That's right. Jesse Raines, you're in the chat, and we're talking about you here. You got DC Black, you and Stetson Winters. Minderz, thoughts? AJ gave Jesse 2.5 stars now.
See? I think it's going to be hard hitting. Jesse, you know I have nothing but respect for you and Stetson, but I think DC Black's going to take this. So, he says they're going to sleep. All right.
Oh.
Okay.
And Bari has to chime in. Kudos to Devontae for the crisp throw. I like the picture, Bari, with the crown. That's sharp.
That's from his birthday a few years ago.
Everybody should be a king on their birthday.
Exactly. Oh, and Jesse J is here. Yay.
Well, he's got to defend himself. He's getting roasted on the comments by everybody else. Just giving him shit.
We've got everything from 1 star.
We're getting 1 to 2.5 to 5.
Yeah.
But
I still give him 3.
Yeah. Getting back to let me get this comment off of here. I always forget that.
Put that bottom comment on there.
Yeah,
Never
he's
forget, Chris has been in the
never
0-1
forget.
Battle Royal for about 3 months now.
I wonder if I could get this whole thing on a T-shirt. This whole phrase. Oh,
I love it.
Suzanne, getting 0 stars.
Oh,
That's a little harsh, if you ask me.
that's a little harsh. That's a little harsh.
Uh,
Well,
yeah, but getting back to this match, I'm with you. I mean, I'm digging what Jesse and Stetson are doing, but DC Black's been on a roll lately, tag wise, beating the low lives, whatever iteration you want to throw at him. And then
right.
yeah, Devontae, might have a little chip on his shoulder after last week losing to 5-star.
Yeah. He's but yeah, we'll see how that one goes. That one
Yeah,
like I said, all these matches are interesting. They've all caught my attention.
yeah. Uh, got a couple title
Some
matches tomorrow night, Menders. First things first, our buddy CMC is going to be defending
Is this
the
a
TNT
title?
Championship.
Is
Oh,
this
it
a
might not
title?
be. Yeah, it
It might
might
not
just
be.
be. Yeah, but CMC against the Angler, apparently one of Jason Pemberton's favorite guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dallas. Forgive me.
Yeah, you better keep it straight.
Hey,
You won't be
he's my buddy.
Dallas's buddy anymore.
I will be as long as I have the shirt.
That's true. That's true. Well, I think the champ's going to keep it. He's got some good momentum going. Or I think the champ's going to win because he's got really good momentum going. So
I'm inclined to agree. Not
yeah,
a knock on the Angler, but CMC's cooking right now.
he is.
Yep. Let's see.
I'm waiting. Did we get the comment yet? Because both of the guys are in the chat, and we just talked about CMC. So I'm waiting for the comment. The running gag about with Bari. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but
I'm sure it'll be there soon.
To be seen. So the other title match we got, Minderz, we got the Shining Light Championship. High Voltage Cat getting her shot because she got the win last week by hooker by crook, I guess. It was a DQ, but still a good match. Cat did a heck of a job.
High Voltage Cat does great.
There we go.
There you go. There's our heel turn.
There it is. If that ever does happen, Barry's going to jump out of his chair and yell to everybody they can hear him that he told them so.
Told you so.
I knew it.
Him and AJ both will be the first ones on that. And this will be what High Voltage Cat's third time against Jacques. So I'm hoping.
And it seems like each of the last two have been getting more and more competitive every time.
AJ, we'll have words later.
Oh, AJ. Yeah, because we heard from Kat on social media this week, Minderz. She had some strong words for old Jacques. Kat seems to think she's going to win the belt and then go on to Mattoon and take on Jimmy. Which I don't know. I got to take some umbrage with that. Not a knock on Kat, but come on, the beef is between Jacques and Jimmy. I want to see that play out. Although I will not hate seeing Kate win the belt from Jacques on tomorrow night.
You called her Kate. Her name's Kat.
What?
You called her Kate.
That's what I said. No, I didn't.
It's Kat. Yes, you did.
I will rewind the tape. I said Kat.
Rewind the tape. I heard Kate. Sorry.
You're not hearing me well. Then the only other thing I've got for tomorrow, they got the Low Lives. They said the Low Lives are in action. We don't know who they're going to be taking on. I guess Chan, he's got a winning streak to keep up because he got the win last Thursday.
Seriously, if you don't have Patreon, go get Patreon. Watch this match because Chan's face at the end of it is classic. It is classic.
It's good stuff. Boo Low Lives.
I can't boo the Low Lives. Yeah, I was gonna say you got your hat on.
I got the hat on, mainly to keep the glare off of my head.
Yeah,
but it fits well. It's a good looking hat. They it's fine craftsmanship, Minderz. So,
Ah,
uh,
okay.
and I like me a good hat, so
Yeah.
that works for me. Let's see. So yeah, that's what we got for tomorrow night. I think it'll be a fun show.
Yeah.
Uh, and as I understand, they'll have merch for sale there also with T-shirts and the mugs and all that stuff. If you get some extra shekels in your pocket.
What?
Uh, oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, see, I got my coffee mug.
Yep.
Hand
So we'll
wash
have.
only, by the way, but that's all right. All right. So,
So are we going
speaking
to
of,
talk about the 18th?
uh, I think we should get into the 18th a little bit. You got the list of matches, I think, this time because we don't have graphics yet for it
We
available.
don't have graphics yet for it. Do I get to go in the order that I want to go in?
Yeah, why not? Why? Boo Lola, Joey needs to match Dallas with the nice Shiner. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
You
Carry on.
you gotta watch out
Sell
taking Dallas
something.
to the bars.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll pay a few bills while Minderz
Pay a
gets
few
her
bills
list
while
up.
I'm trying to find this.
Actually, you know what? First, I'm going to do a plug for our buddy CMC.
Okay.
A week from Sunday, CMC's got his show, The Prodigy Project, at Sliders in Decatur. Still no info on who's going to be competing, but next Wednesday, he's actually going to be back with us here on the shootout to kind of tell us a little bit more about that and kind of get the word out. I know you're going, Minderz. I'm going.
Mhm.
It'll be a good time. So we're looking forward to that. And let's see.
We've got 2
We're getting a lot of
weekends
Let's Get
full of
Wilds.
wrestling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
New
And,
tumblers
yeah, because we
also.
got. Oh yeah. But yeah, so because we got this weekend, you're doing Decatur and Danville, then the next weekend is uh
01
uh
and
01.
CMC. Yeah.
Yeah, and then a couple weeks after that, we're doing Squared Circle. So it's
Yeah. We got lots of wrestling coming up, and
lot to
I'm
get into.
excited about it.
Yes. Minderz, you got your list handy?
I do. We've got a triple threat match, it looks like. Sabin Gage, Devontae versus Eli Wilder.
That'll be fun.
That will be a lot of fun. I'm
Yeah.
excited. So we'll wait and make our picks later. Maybe next week we'll make our picks for these because
Let's do picks next week as we get closer to the
yeah,
show.
yeah, kind of see how some things play out first. And next we've got Mad Dog Conley versus Jared Allen, formerly known as Cardini.
Okay. David says
I
we
was
will
reading
have graphics
AJ's
up
comment.
tomorrow. So. Oh, AJ, yeah. Shut up and take my money.
Yep, shut up, take my money. They do have, I think we had a graphic. I don't know if you have it there handy or not, but Bang Bros versus Country Air. So I'm assuming that's for the Bang Bros make their debut.
Right, and I believe that will be a title match, if I'm not mistaken.
I assume it probably will be. And then we have the no DQ match with Jimmy Carrot with the Luminary Jacques, the champion, taking on the challenger.
Yeah.
The powder cake.
Despite what
Jimmy
High Voltage
Carrot.
Cat thinks.
Yeah. So it's going to be the flowers
That's
versus
be
a
a doozy.
powder cake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, AJ.
All right. All
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
Yep. You knew that was coming. Come on.
I had a feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, so a couple other things to mention. We talked a little bit about Wargames. They have announced Warhorse. He's going to be there. Not sure what he'll be doing. Probably, I'm going to assume a PWL title match, possibly maybe he'll be in Wargames. You never know.
You never know.
And then Davey Richards also will be there. I'm going to assume with Team Ambition in tow as usual.
I hope
which
so.
I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, after watching that Glory Pro show last weekend, I'm digging what they're doing. So
yeah,
I'm always glad to see them come back up.
And then the thing you're most excited for with Wargames,
Would that be Devon Dudley?
that would be turning Decatur into Dudleyville.
Yes. Yeah,
Do you
that's
not
gonna
have a
that's gonna be
graphic for
cool.
that one?
I don't have a graphic for Devon, but
Oh, I thought you did.
everybody knows what he looks like. No,
Yeah.
I got the actual, just the poster, just the Wargames
Oh, okay.
there. And so that's gonna be very interesting, and that makes me very curious about what's gonna happen the next couple of Mattoon shows on the 18th and April 22nd also. And yeah, so we got to find out still who Marvin's going to bring on his team. Got to find out. The Lowlifes say they've got a fifth guy in mind. If you watched the video they posted this past week when they beat up on old Chris in the back in Mattoon.
Yeah.
So you know they've got a trick or two up their sleeve.
They always have. That's just the low lifes doing low life things. That's fine.
This is very true. Very true. Yeah, so yeah, I think we've covered everything, Minderz, if I'm not mistaken.
You need to
You got
let's
it.
pay some more bills because
Oh,
we need to get all of our shirts out there.
yes, we'll pay some bills here. ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod for all the Jumping the Rail Podcast Network merchandise from the Jumping the Rail podcast and this very 0-1 shootout. These are the 0-1 shirts we've got available, along with the Geigo of Jumping the Rail shirts. You can find them all there.
I guess I am wearing one of them today.
You're wearing one of them. You're wearing the one up here in the top left.
Yep.
Dallas is my buddy, which if you want to stay on Dallas Preacher's good side, you get that one in Low Life Gold.
Yep.
Blank doing blank things, which is, I think they may have gotten the title for their Low Lives video from us. Minderz also, that video they posted said Low Lives doing Low Lives things.
Well, wouldn't it be the first time somebody's taken some ideas from our show? So
I'm borrowed.
borrowed.
I'm not selfish.
Borrowed.
And then of course Independent Wrestling Matters, because you know it does.
It does.
Yes. Then brainbustertees.com/other/JTR-podcast network. I'm getting better at it. It's not so much a tongue twister anymore. So we got the cool stuff here for the network, for Jumping the Rail, for 0-1 shootout. And then, like we said at the top of the show, if you didn't see it, thanks to our friends at CP Arts, we got a couple new shirts up. We finally got Giddy Mindy ready to go. Look at that. If that's not giddy, I don't know what is.
Look
at that handsome giddy devil in the corner there.
Right. There's a handsome guy up there.
Yeah. I never thought my face would be on a t-shirt, but
I never thought mine would be either. So.
No. And then what we're calling the official new show logo here on the other one here, which this is marvelous work that these guys did for us. So we thank them profusely.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go to brainbustertees.com, look for JTR Podcast Network. There's all kinds of cool stuff on there: fanny packs, stickers, sweatshirts, t-shirts, raglan shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff. And
Jesse J, get on that.
Yes.
Get on that. See, you got somebody giving you some t-shirt ideas. Get on that.
Yep. I find myself giving some merch advice to some of the young guys at these 0-1 shows every now and then.
But I'm sure.
I'm something of a magnate these days, even though I'm not a wildly successful one. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But yeah, so this Sunday, if you're in the Danville area, go check out the show on Sunday, and I forget the name of the building it's in, but name of the promotion, Minderz.
New Version Wrestling.
New Version Wrestling, thank you. And then also in Decatur is going to be.
You put me on the spot here. I was doing okay there for a minute, but
I thought we're gonna get this rhythm down cold, Minderz.
Eventually, one of these days, we might.
We're getting there.
Why does nothing want to load today for me? I give up.
It's a good show in Decatur. We'll find it and post it and all that. But that's one I will not be at. New Wrestling Revolution. Thank you much. I will not be able to attend that one. I have to work, and I try to behave when I have to work the next day. So, but since I'm off on Monday, I can go to the show in Danville. No issues. Let's see. Of course, Patreon starting at
Yeah,
$5 a
definitely
month.
sign up.
Yes, and you can get all the Thursday night throwdowns. With each tier, you get some more perks, tickets to shows, I think videos, autographs, stuff like that. And then Thursday night throwdown. If you're near Edgewood tomorrow, go check it out. It's a good time. It's going to be a really good show tomorrow night. We'll be there if you want to come say hello and all that good business. And yeah, so
Hopefully, some of the
before,
wrestlers don't get thrown at my feet again, but I'm sure it'll probably happen.
hopefully my wife doesn't kick anyone.
Yeah, let's hope. Somebody warn Theo, please.
Yeah, the wife heard me. She's like, I didn't kick anyone, she said.
I love Stacy. I can, yeah.
She's proclaiming her innocence in the background here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
geez.
we need to say thanks to everybody in the chat that's
Yes,
chimed
thank you
in
to
tonight.
everybody for the questions, the comments, the all-around entertainment.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jason Pemberton for joining us. It was a good time. We'll definitely have him back sometime soon. Don't forget, next Wednesday, I believe it's going to be at 6 o'clock. We're going to have CMC back talking about his show in Decatur next Sunday. Keep up with our Facebook page. We'll make sure that we post updates if that changes. And yeah, so we'll be the first time having him on since he won the belt on
Yep.
a couple weeks ago. And then so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about his show in Decatur, and then ask him
Well,
about
I'm sure
finally.
we'll talk about him beating Jordan too.
Oh yeah, we have to. What was it,
We have
23
to.
point something seconds?
23.46, I believe.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have some cool guests lined up coming up in the next few weeks too. Going into Wargames, I think we're gonna try and get Marvin back sometime before then. Seeing as he's a team captain and all, we probably ought to.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 23.26 seconds.
Oh, I see.
I was off by 0.2 of a second.
Okay. We appreciate the accuracy. All right. Well, Minderz, I think that we have covered about everything we need to cover. Do you got anything you want to add before we say goodbye?
I don't believe so. Just like he said, catch us in Edgewood tomorrow. We'll be down there. And if you get a chance, Patreon. And if you haven't gotten your tickets for Wargames, you might want to get on that pretty quick because I bet you they're going to go quick.
It's going to be a hot seller. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think this is a good time to say goodbye, Minderz. So until next Wednesday, thank you from all of us here at the Shootout. And we're going to say goodbye, saying, remind you all that life is hard, work stiff, and we'll see you in a week.